Beastmaster, and then Ramen was able to come away with the last hit on anti-mage here in base. This game is pretty much over, as for the most part they are fountain farming. Down goes Ramen. Lycan will now TP towards top. However, a good game, well played call coming out from OJ, as I will take that as the end of the game and we'll go into my in-game analysis. To me, the ineffective ganking of Sentinel really was a big problem in the early game. They had the Ancient Apparition and the Ogre move around for the first maybe minute of the game, not doing anything, as well as they never effectively ganked top or bottom. Only 2 kills coming off on the Fairy Dragon in middle. The Scourge played a very good game in my opinion. I'm going to go to this screen right here, and something that I was really impressed with is the distribution of farm. The 4 semi-carries I think was a very good strat. I mean, they kind of were pigeonholing themselves into the middle section of the game. However, it worked out perfectly, as they were able to restrict farm, gank very effectively, and also push very effectively. Having that Lycan in the jungle was huge, because the 3 other heroes in lane that were farming were able to get decent items up, where you can see that the effective ganking of the Scourge really kept the Venomancer down, who did have a pretty good amount of farm, but as you can see only has a mech. Dark Green has just about as many creep kills. However, due to the effective ganking of the Scourge team, almost has his sheep stick up with a phase boots mechanism. Now, because of the way that they laned, it really led to out-leveling from every single one of the Sentinel players. The Scourge out-leveled them in every single way. Their carries out-leveled their carries, their semi-carries out-leveled their semi-carries, and so on and so forth. Beastmaster did come away with a decent solo middle lane against this Fairy Dragon, as the early gank and the gank from Ogre Magi really kept it even. However, the other lanes were not so. I really felt that earlier in the game that the Sentinel should have forced team fights. Lycan needed to get up a BKB before they could become really effective and push, as well as the puck needs to be level 10 or 11 before you can really start doing too much with her. As well as this Priestess of the Moon needs a few levels to start being ineffective, as you need a high level of Arrow and Starfall. I believe if the Sentinel would have gathered up, as they have 3 really strong ultimates at level 6, if they would have gathered up and pushed one lane, I think at level 6 or 7, and forced Lycan to come out of the jungle and forced Puck to move over to whatever lane they were pushing, would have been really huge in impeding the farm of the Scourge, as well as impeding the level progression of the Scourge. AM going 0-4-7 is a little disappointing. You generally want to be able to feed AM a few more kills. However, with an Ancient Apparition in the game, that is a little difficult sometimes, is when that ultimate takes somebody out early, you really don't get a chance to last hit. As well as Lycan's effective ganking when coming out of the jungle. That very first gank Lycan did wasn't very effective. However, the ganking after that was so effective. Almost every time he moved to a lane, he was able to get some amount of kills. And another thing I want to talk about is the anti-warding coming out of this Vengeful Spirit. Very huge. was able to keep the creep equilibrium back towards their tower at top, being able to give Potom enough farm to get ahead of his counterpart, being the anti-mage, his farming counterpart, the anti-mage, being able to keep up. And yeah, that is about all. Very good game played by Panzer, as they really brought it to cost. To me, they really just out-strategized them more than outplayed them. I really felt that the choices that they made really made the difference. That is a pro Dota commentary by Chale. Thank you, everybody, and take it easy.